Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and it's time for another reaction request. If you have a video that you would like me to react to, check the description below. There's a link that'll take you to a Google document with all the relevant information. So today we're looking at another Angry Video Game Nerd video, and this time it's NES Accessories. So, yeah, the NES had several notable accessories that I can think of, namely the whole duck hunt gun, and there was the Power Glove, infamously, and Rob, I guess, was one. And I don't know what else there was. I mean, NES, I did have one. I remember playing on the NES, but I think I was very young, and it wasn't long at all before it was the Super Nintendo for me. I think the NES was more my brother's for sure. And for me, like, I did more watching the NES than playing it, I feel. And I don't think we really had many of the accessories. I know them from them appearing in media sense. So I'll be interested to hear what exactly we're covering in this video and what the nerd thinks of it. So let's just go ahead, that said, and get into this. Here we go. Another classic episode.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear.
That virtual boy.
The rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you
I don't think I've seen this intro before. There's a lot of footage in here that I don't recognize. So I wonder how often he changed the intro. Alright, NES Accessories.
You got a game and a controller. That's the way it goes. But sometimes that wasn't enough.
Yeah, the Power Glove.
Nintendo is always coming up with creative and unique ways to play games. Today, there's the Wii and the DS stylus.
Oh, wow.
But even in the early
Dating this video.
they were doing the same sort of thing. Some of them were pretty awesome at the time, but others were failed experiments that made you look like a jackass. So let's take a look at some of the NES accessories. I already talked about the Power Glove. We all know it's bad, so bad.
Yeah,
Let's start with the Zapper.
quote from whatever movie
Back
that
then,
was.
we just called it the gun, because that's what it is. There's nothing
Yeah?
more satisfying than just shooting the fuck out of things. It was the quintessential gaming accessory. Almost every console had their own version of the gun. Only problem, it doesn't work so great anymore. Depends on the game, the kind of TV you're using, and the gun itself. I have 3 of them. The first one is completely random. Sometimes it makes its target, but most of the time it doesn't. The second one has a pattern. Every other round it like goes dead. So here comes the 2 clay pigeons. I shoot them, no problem. Then the next ones come out. I can't hit them, even if I press the thing against the screen. The third Zapper has the same problem, except that the pattern's swapped. What the fuck is going on? Even the alleged light bulb trick doesn't work. Here we have Wild Gunman. What do you gotta use your hands? That's like a baby's toy. Hey, get down!
Seems like there are a lot of games that use the gun, more than I thought. I just remember Duck Hunt.
Nintendo also had its own gun, more like a big-ass bazooka, the Super Scope.
I remember
Familiar
this
with
thing.
the Zapper?
Never had one, but I remember.
This one's a totally different story. The
Remember
Zapper
seeing
uses
that.
light detection. That is, when you pull the trigger, the screen goes black for a fraction of a second, and the targets become white squares. The Zapper detects whether or not it's pointing at the light, hence the term light gun that everybody likes to call it. But the Super Scope uses a sensor that you plug into the Super Nintendo, much like the Wii and its Wii Zapper. Another thing about the Super Scope is that it isn't powered by the NES. It's wireless, which you'd think would be cool, but that means that you gotta use 6 AA batteries. This fucking beast drains them in a few hours. And why is the trigger on the top? It should be down here. This is...
Yeah.
You think the Super Scope would be more reliable than the original Zapper, but it's not. Even if I point the gun in the same spot, the bullets just scatter all over the place. All because I'm using a flat screen TV. Now let's look at the Miracle piano.
Not expecting that. Oh.
I could figure this shit out. You might be thinking,
there was a
wow,
piano?
Nintendo had a piano? Well, yeah, Nintendo had everything. But it was also available on other game consoles and home computers. It's got one game, which is basically a piano teaching tool. It's actually not bad.
Well, that's really all there is to say. My only complaint is that the music comes from the keyboard, which is okay, but the metronome comes from the TV, and that can be a little confusing.
Other than having standard lessons, you also get this robot game. Play the song right or the robot dies.
Oh, that's
You gotta shoot the ducks. Come on.
Yeah, I'm shooting ducks with the piano.
Next we have the power pad. You lay it on the floor, kind of like Twister. Let's pop in good old world-class track meet and have a race.
Okay.
Jump hurdles and do the long jump or triple jump. The present-day equivalent
I
of
don't remember
power
even
pad
seeing
is
this
Dance
thing.
Dance Revolution,
Yeah, I could see
and
that.
There will also be a version on the Wii.
It was meant to be a family game, but most kids I knew played it alone in their room, and that meant that if your room was upstairs, your parents would hear like all this thumping and shit. They hated it. Cats and dogs would piss and shit on it. In fact, just thinking about it makes me feel like having an anal evacuation.
Okay, that's
Fuck this!
I guess that works.
Yeah, it all comes down to tapping buttons, which brings us to our next accessory. Probably the stupidest thing ever invented. The Speedboard.
Okay.
What is it? It's a piece of fucking plastic. You attach your controller. You get it? In case you don't want to hold the controller with your hands.
Oh.
In case you enjoy playing on the floor.
Well, the useless. What the hell?
This is for you. It's embarrassing. What's the point?
Guess to make
Put
it more
the
like an
speed
arcade.
At your fingers? Why in the ass would I need that? If I'm playing a game that involves having to tap the buttons like crazy, I'm probably going to get a turbo controller like the NES Max or NES Advantage. How could they even sell such a thing? Even though it's made by a third-party company, it was actually licensed by Nintendo.
Wow.
It's like covering a turd in ice cream sprinkles.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the summer fun. Wow. My favorite part.
Next up, oh boy, the Konami LaserScope. Now I just want to go on record by saying I fucking love Konami, but this thing reeks of ass. It's essentially yet another form of the Zapper, but it's voice controlled. To shoot, you say fire. Fire.
Oh no.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Yeah, that's gonna.
Fire! 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 Fire!
It also has headphones, and it advertises on the box that you can use it for your Game Boy or Walkman. Just detach the scope module. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I would look so cool walking around listening to my iPod with this fucking thing on my head. It also advertises that parents will love what they don't hear. It says, while the LaserScope surrounds the player with the sounds of exciting gameplay action, non-players
But you're yelling
listen to
fire the
music,
whole time.
read a book, talk on the phone, or have a conversation in the same room. Yeah, while you're saying,
Fire! Fire! Fire!
that defeats the purpose, right?
Fire! 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 Fire!
I didn't say fire, I said fuck.
Fuck! Fuck fire!
Oh.
Fuck! Fuck!
Ass. You can say anything.
Shit! Bitch! Cunt! Fuck! Fart! Fuck!
Wow, I just shot down his stuff by saying fuck.
Now he likes it.
Next is the Rolling Rocker. This thing is the biggest shit biscuit I've ever seen. You stand on it and supposedly you rock back and forth, which controls the D-pad. The modern day equivalent would be the Wii Fit. The Rollin' Rocker is supposed to be compatible with every game for the NES, but I find that it isn't compatible with any of them. Each game responds differently, but none of them work. Adventure Island keeps walking right, Excite Bike keeps going down, Skate or Die goes in circles, Kung Fu ducks to the right, Metal Gear does nothing at all, Ninja Turtles 3 walks in place, and 1943 just fidgets around a lot.
It's another hunk of plastic.
Yeah, why would you want to...
Thing? Son of a bitch. Well, we might as well try an LJN game. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Let's see if this works.
Oh.
No, of course not. It doesn't. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I need a beer. I'm drinking Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker.
Ah.
Rollin' Rock, Rollin' Rocker. Yeah, Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker.
We see.
I also heard that you can't weigh more than 100 pounds.
Yeah, that would break.
That would. You can't get any kind of response out of it. Let's try the cat. Get on there, you little bastard. Cat's like, fuck that shit. Even though the Rollin' Rocker does absolutely nothing, the B and A buttons still work. Yeah, you plug the regular controller into it, so while you're standing on the thing, you still use the B and A buttons like normal. So even if it did work, what's the point? If I'm holding the controller anyway, why not just...
And I know it still has the D-pad, yeah.
It blows my mind. It's like, what were they thinking?
One more. The U-Force. So hot, nothing can touch it. Nothing comes between you and the game. That's what the advertisement said. You open the thing up, it basically looks like Electronic Battleship. It's got a three-dimensional invisible power field.
What even?
Wow, a power field. Now we're literally playing with power. Come on, jump. Jump. Come on, Mario, jump. God, how do I jump? Come on, jump. Ass.
Do you push the buttons over there?
Oh, jump is over here. Alright, here we go. Get the mushroom. Oh, now that's assy. Yeah, I know I use the word ass a lot. I guess you can say I'm an assaholic. Let's try Kung Fu. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised. This thing kind of works. Looking at the instructions, each game has a specific setup and a switch combination, kind of like the codes with the Power Glove. Punch-Out uses an upright position and a power bar. Everything's always power. What's so power about it? It's only a plastic bar, and why do you need it? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This actually works. I'm punching.
Okay, well that's kind of cool, I guess, on that game.
Oh, watch out! Oh, get up! Get up! Get up! All right.
One more game. I can't believe we gotta touch this one again.
Top Gun has an option of using this weird joystick thing.
Oh.
I don't see the point when I can just use an actual joystick. And what's really cool is that this thing, again, is just a piece of plastic. It doesn't have any wires connecting to it. You just plant it there. And the buttons actually work. And it steers okay, too. To tell you the truth, I'm stunned.
Huh. Well,
Ass!
So, that covers most of the dreaded NES accessories, but I know that there's one in particular that I didn't mention, but, you know, can't do it all in one shot, so...
yeah,
later.
that's a pretty glaring
Next
omission.
time, I think you know what's next.
Definitely one of the most famous NES accessories. But, yeah, that was cool. A lot of stuff I had never seen before. Like that last thing, that was kind of neat. I mean, I know maybe it's not perfect and definitely didn't look like it was really adding much to Mario. But, yeah, kind of an innovative idea and potentially okay for other games. But yeah, a lot of these, hard to really know what they were thinking. I mean, well, they're not bad ideas per se. Like the mat, like that's, like I don't know. Game peripherals are weird. Like, you gotta appreciate the creativity to a certain extent. I mean, not everything is always gonna be executed properly, especially back then. But a lot of ideas on display, and yeah, definitely interesting. Anyway, hope you guys liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.